So I have taken the reference to previous lab, the same configuration but here we are doing the IPSec configuration. Before that, we'll remove the configuration part of earlier what we show IP interface brief. Will remove this tunnel interface. Apart from that, show running configuration. So we need a default route. We need a default route because the reachability through WAN reachability is required. We need a WAN reachability. This is what WAN reachability, and this is all about our LAN. So here we have a LAN reachability. So for that we'll remove this LAN also, but we need WAN. So we'll remove this tunnel interface also. For that we'll remove step by step. Config terminal. No tunnel interface tunnel 100. Just one command will remove, and this is what also we need. No, here will remove, and now you can check do show running configuration. So no tunnel interface and DHCP configured. Okay, that is we required. So no tunnel interfaces here. Only we have a default route, or that is also only one route through this interface for WAN reachability. Same thing will remove here. GRE configuration we already removed. Enable. So running configuration. So I'll remove from this entire configuration. And this is, so we node config terminal. No tunnel interface. I have removed. And I'll remove the default gateway. Static route for LAN segment. LAN prefixes I have removed. Now you can check show running configuration. Now we cannot able to reach from this LAN to branch 1 LAN to branch 2 LAN. You can verify it. Ping 192.168.10.10. No communication. But you can try to ping 112.1.1.2 IP address for this interface. So we cannot able to reach ISP also because ISP don't have the prefixes. So I have configured here only interfaces only. Show running configuration, no default route, no routing table. So directly connected interfaces 12 and 11 only. This router having. Show IP route. We have only the two directly connected to local and connected interfaces only. That is routing table is happen, but we have a default route for WAN connectivity part from this router to this router. That also WAN prefixes is we have the connectivity reachability. So that is what. Now move to the configuration of IPSec configuration. For that, I'll take one router, first branch 1. In this branch, first we have to define interesting traffic. For interesting traffic, which one is interesting traffic? This is our LAN prefix. This is a step 1. First, we have to define our LAN traffic. That is interesting traffic. So for that, we'll create one extended ACL, access control list 100. This is extended ACL and will permit IP, which is the services will permit the source IP addresses our 192.168.10.0. This is our LAN prefix will permit 192.168.10.0. 0 and give the wildcard mask 0.0.0.255, and our destination is what is the destination? My goal is to reach this LAN. For LAN of branch 1 to LAN of branch 2, I have to make a reachability. This LAN to branch 1 to branch 2, I have to make a reachability. So for that, I have to take I'll create interesting traffic. That is, we call it as interesting traffic. So my destination is 192.168.20.0 and wildcard mask of destination 0.0.0.255. That much only. So same thing we have to define here. Here source IP address is this one and destination IP address is this one, reverse. And access control list same 100 and permit IP 192.168.20.0 to 250. So wildcard mask, not subnet mask 0.0.255 and destination IP address is here 192.168.10.0 and 0.0.0.255. This is my destination. Done. So I have created one ACL for interesting traffic. So my goal is like achievement is I have to reach from this destination to this destination, this source to this destination. So for step one is done and we configure interesting traffic. We discuss in theory, we have phase one and phase two. In this, we have a two phases in IPSec. So phase one will establish here one tunnel will create one tunnel. In this tunnel what will configure mostly will create ice cam. So in this ice cam, what will be happen? Though it will be hashing algorithm and authentication and group number and will define lifetime, entire thing will be happen in this phase one. Once phase one is came up, then under this phase one, phase two will be we have to create. Under this phase two will be established. So first we'll define phase one. In this phase one, we will give the authentication and entire thing, hashing algorithm, how will configure entire thing, entire authentication, entire thing will be happen in this phase one. So after then in this phase two, we'll define once phase one will up, then phase two will be up. If phase one is down, though, so phase two will be not come up. So for step by step, we'll configure here. So for that, we'll create IceCam. We have to enable. First, we'll enable the IceCam, or we'll enable crypto IceCam. Here we'll enable IceCam. Will enable first. Why we need enable? Because once you enable, then only you can configure it. Otherwise, you cannot. By default, it is disabled. IceCam is disabled. So I have enabled, and once I'll enable, I'll create policy. For that, in that policy, I'll define hashing algorithm and authentication. I'll create the group and I'll create the lifetime and I'll create the encryption methods. So for that, crypto IceCam, I'll create one policy. We'll take policy name anything. We'll define 10 or anything. So that much only. How I'm under in this policy. Now, I'm under in this policy. Now here you can check. So authentication. Set authentication method for a protection suite. So for authentication part, we have to give, then we'll create encryption method, then we'll create group of this, and we'll create hashing algorithm, and we'll give the lifetime, means it is by default 24 hours. By default time is 24 hours. The tunnel will be up. Once tunnel will be originate some traffic, the tunnel will become up. The tunnel lifetime is 24 hours. 24 hours. If you are not originating in this 24 hours, the tunnel will be goes down. Once you initiate some traffic, then only the tunnel will be up. But otherwise, the tunnel still down only. So that is the security reason only. The tunnel will be 24 hours by default. That is lifetime. So we'll configure here step by step. So authentication part, we have here pre-share key. We'll use pre-share key, means authentication. It's kind of password. In this password, it will be encrypted likewise. So password is we authentication pre-shared key. This is the method of authentication, and we'll configure an encryption method. Can take anything. Here it will be encrypt the data in this format. Here you can see, check here, 52-bit key, it will be encrypted. So it kind of star hash, that kind of thing. Once the source it is established some traffic, it will be encrypt on this is the interface. Once it will be reach here, it will be decrypt based on this encryption and decryption method. So that is the phase one configuration. Again, phase one configuration. In this phase one, this is what we are doing now. Entire thing. So here encryption method, you can use anything here. So whichever you are using, if you are using AES, advanced encryption state standard, if you are using this AES, so both and you should have to use same encryption method. If encryption method is mismatched, then your tunnel will be not come up. It will be not come up. It will be won't come. No. So that is the reason you whichever you are taking the encryption method, so it will be matched. So how many bits it will be encrypted? Likewise, you can select, otherwise by default, it will take 128. Leave it. So because if you are giving the higher value, if in real time, if you are using in firewall, the firewall is limited configuration, it will be take more CPU utilization. That too much it will be encrypt the format. It is encrypted in 256 bit. It will be encrypted. So it will be take more CPU utilization. So take care about it. So give lesser than less value only. Otherwise leave it by default. It will be take the encryption method. So 128. So what we did, authentication and encryption, two we did. This is a five thing we should have to do. Authentication, encryption, group, hash, and lifetime. We have to define in phase one. So we'll create group here. We'll take any group in Diffie-Hellman algorithm. It will be used Diffie-Hellman algorithm. It will be work. So five. And what left? Hashing algorithm. So here this also same MD5 message digest value, and this is a secure SHA standard. It is the two hashing algorithms we have. Anything you can define. These all are the encryption and decryption methods. So these all are the security. So earlier we discussed IPSec is a secure protocol. Compared to GRE, IP will be send the data in not in plain text, but GRE will send the GRE send plain text in plain text, but IPSec will send in encryption format. That is what we are doing here. So SHA algorithm will use. So that is what five thing we did. Authentication we configured, and group and SHA algorithm lifetime. If you are configuring is this is the 24 hours. Actually, this is a seconds. In second we have 86,400. So you can by calculate it, it's say 24 hours actually. If you are not defined also, it will be take automatically. If you are not defining, it will take automatically 24 hours. And I'm not configured anything for the lifetime. So simply I'll exit from here. So if you want to check, so same configuration, what we did, do show, I'll exit from here. Show policy I have done, right? Here I have created one policy, that is the crypto policy, crypto ISCAM policy. So here you can check crypto ISCAM policy. That is the name is 10. We configured in this. If you want, you can check here. Show crypto and ISCAM policy. So this is what we did till now. Here encryption method AES we used, and SHA algorithm we use SH. This is the SHA algorithm. Secure hashing standard algorithm we used, and authentication method pre-shared key we used, and Diffie-Hellman algorithm what 5 in bits it will be used. And I told you lifetime it will be used by default. It is 24 hours. So that is what it is used to do. So policy we done. Now move to the create one peer, whichever our peer is there, we have to define we and our peer. Before that, we'll configure here same thing what we did here. So meanwhile, we'll if we'll forget. So configure terminal and will enable crypto and iScam will enable first enabled, and crypto iScam will create policy, and what is the policy number? 10 we used here is, which number we used is 10, and will create authentication method pre-shared key, and encryption which we use AES, and we haven't defined any value. By default it has taken 128. You can check here, it has taken 128 bit. So here also I'll not define, it will be taken by default. And group
Group 5.
5 we taking is 5. This is a
Algorithm
Diffie-Hellman algorithm. Is again SHA algorithm, hash algorithm we taken SHA, and lifetime we haven't configured. So that is what show crypto ISCAM policy. Check policy done. So same configuration we did. Now we'll configure our pre-shared key, means our group, which is the my neighbor. We have to enable in between. We have to configure likewise. So we have to define this is my group, my of the my of my neighbor. Like we have configuring my neighbor is this one peer. We call it as a peer neighbor peer. So peer share key we have to define here. Configuration terminal, and for that crypto iScam. Whenever you are seeing here iScam means this is a phase 1 configuration. Whenever you will see IPSec means it's a phase 2 configuration. If you are seeing here phase 2, that is IPSec, and whenever you see iScam means that is a phase 1. iScam. So we'll define key. In words, we have to give a some password. So we'll define Cisco. The password also must match at both end. So I have configured Cisco here. So remind it. And address. So define shared key with IP address. So I have to share my keys and all with which one? So here not required. This is the tunnel IP addresses. So this is IP address. So WAN interface IP address I have to define. IP address is 12.1.1.1. This is a WAN interface. So crypto, ISCAM, key, Cisco. This is a method. Key, this is a key Cisco, and address is 12.1.1. I'll share this key with my neighbor, my peer. Like this is what the entire thing. The keys, this key if mismatch, then also the tunnel will be not established. So same thing will configure crypt config terminal, terminal at branch to crypto and ISCAM key. What we define Cisco, right? Okay. And address is here 11.1.1.1. This is my neighbor IP address of this. Done. Up to here, the phase one configuration is done. Now here, if you want to check the key, show crypto ISCAN. Here it is not showing key. So here we have an option like key. This is not supporting here. So no issue. Can check here policy only. This policy it won't show. Show crypto ISCAN not showing. Leave it. So ISCAN done. Now we'll move forward. The if now we'll configure phase 2 configuration. For phase 2 configuration part, we have to configure the IP. So IPSec configuration entire thing. So for that we'll configure like transform set will set and something. I'll show you crypto IPSec. No, IPSec means it's a phase 2 configuration. No, we'll define the transform set and settings. We'll define from transform set means this is a authentication methods only again. So we'll define it. If transform set also mismatch, it won't establish the neighborship. These all are the encryption and decryption formats only. So for that we have to use transform set and use any word. So here we'll take ABC for remember block part. We have to use any authentication method is here. Transform using AES, cheaper or likewise. Any method you can use here. We'll use AES. Both end we have to match. So we'll define using this one cheaper. Again, we'll define the bits of encryption format and all. So we'll use SHA algorithm. Transform set. Earlier we used ESP SHA HMAC. We defined transform set. Now again we'll create one map. We'll define entire thing whichever we configured. So transform set we set right. These all are the will create one map. This is a map. It means again the access control list type only. It is kind of we call it as a map. Will execute will applying entire thing what we configured till will execute our access control list entire thing entire configuration will create one map and that map will execute entire thing. So for that crypto map and give any name for this if remember it the whichever you are giving the name. So this is the configuration and same thing we'll do here also. Just I'm copying here before I forget. So here I have defined both and I have defined the same algorithms. So now I'll create the map. Crypto map any word ABC. Give any name that is your wish. ABC map and give any number like crypto map ABC and give any number will give you 10. And for whom we are creating this for IPSec and IceCamp. For this is the IPSec and IceCamp. We are communicating if this is the tunnel what we discussed in. So first it will be established the tunnel phase one tunnel. In this phase one tunnel, the phase two tunnel will be established. This is the phase two tunnel. In this phase two tunnel only, our interesting traffic means our traffic will be travel. So here, two layers of security we have. Two layers of security. If he wants to communicate, then under this, it will be pass. Likewise, that is what we are configuring. So IPsec is more secure. So that is the reason in real time GRE over IPsec will use. It means will use both the protocol GRE as well as over this will use IPsec and DMVPN over will use IPsec protocol. DMVPN over IPSec and GRE over will use IPSec. So if you want to branch communication, point to point communication will use GRE. If you want to communicate multi-point to one point, so we'll use hub to spoke, spoke to spoke. This kind of locations will use this kind of topologies. It is will be defined based on that. Point to point means we'll use GRE over IPsec and point to multi-point means DMVPN over will use IPsec. So IPsec is secure and DMVPN and GRE are not secure. So that is the reason we'll use over on this. So both the protocol at a time will use. So crypto map ABC, I have given the name and the 10 is for him and IPSec dynamic knowledge. So done. So this new crypto map will remain disabled until a peer and valid access list have been configured. Once we configured peer, so this is my peer is my neighbor here and access list I will define whichever the interesting traffic we earlier we defined extended ACL in starting. So entire thing once we define then only it will be come up. So same thing will configure neighbor also. So copy from here, paste. Now we'll define the top traffic, whichever the will set our peer is set. What is my peer? 12.1.1. WAN interface. This is my WAN interface. We'll set like this. And anything and match. What will match? Our address. Which address is interesting traffic. So this is what access control list and starting we configured. So that is 100 we configured. So I am matching here. And in this map, I'm matching. So set again, transform set. I have configured transform set. What is the name of that transform set? ABC I have given earlier. I have configured one transform set. This is my transform set, crypto IPsec transform set. The name is ABC. That is what I am configuring. ABC. So that is what we have to configure here. Match address 100. So this is access control list, and set my peer IP address is peer 11.1.1.1 done, and I'll set my transform set. Just now we configured here transform set ABC. This is what we configured transform set, encryption and all methods, so algorithm and all. So we'll apply here transform set. So ABC. So done. Now you can verify it. Show crypto IP. This is a phase 2 configuration. So transform set, you can check. This is a transform set we configured ABC. You can check. That is what we given. And show crypto IPSec transform set we did done, and we'll check the map what we configured. You can check here the name we have given ABC map, and the interesting traffic is this is what we configured. Interesting traffic of this LAN source IP address is this one, and destination IP address is this one. So in this tunnel, whichever we are defined, that traffic only pass. If we have another traffic, it won't pass. In this tunnel, if you have another LAN also, so we cannot able to transfer this traffic. If you have 192.168 some 30 dot network we have, 168 some 30 dot network we have. So in this tunnel, it won't pass. No, only this traffic only. In this tunnel, it will be source to destination. That is what we define. So we'll apply. Now we'll apply whatever we configured. So this is the final application applying, and branch one will apply. Exit from here, and which interface we have to apply. So in WAN interfaces we have to apply this crypto map, whichever we configured a crypto map, that is ABC name, ABC map we configured here. This is our crypto map. Now you can check here also. Show crypto map. This is what we have to apply. Config interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0, and how will apply crypto map, and map name is ABC. Any name you can give, maybe that should be whichever you configured, that will be here only, then only it will be applied, otherwise it won't apply it. So what we configured ABC map, so that is match here, otherwise it won't apply. So now you can check IceCamp is on. Config T, and interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0, crypto map ABC map, we have given the name on. Now you can check phase 1 and phase 2 configuration successfully done. Can check show IP, show crypto IceCam SA. So till we haven't originate any traffic, if you originate some traffic, then only the tunnel will be come up, otherwise it won't come up. Once you originate some traffic, which traffic? LAN traffic, whichever you configured from LAN to LAN traffic. Once you originate some traffic, then only the tunnel will be come up. Otherwise, tunnel will be not come up. Both, and you should have to originate some traffic. So we'll apply some ping traffic from this source to this destination. So here we can verify the IP address 10, and for this IP address can be IP config. This is at 20.1 and ping 192.168.10.10. We are trying to reach. Yes, we can able to reach. Now we can check. So same configuration, you can check now. We originate some traffic. So this is what my destination IP address. So tunnel destination IP address WAN interface is 12.1.1.1, and this is what 11.1.1.1. Status is ideal. It means it is till 24 hours. It will be wait for it to ideal only. So but it is status is active. In status is active means the tunnel is an active state. Here you can check. Show crypto iScam is there. So here you can check destination IP address and source IP address, and it is status is active. Now show crypto iScam policy, you can check. This is a policy we defined, and this is the phase 2 verification, phase 1 verification part, iScam, and phase 2 verification part, show crypto. If you are using IPSec means it's a phase 2 configuration. So SA. So these are about phase 2 configuration. Here you can verify it. So this is what my directly connected, and this is the remote user. So here you can check 11.1.1.1 is remote crypto endpoint. This is what tunnel. This is what entire IPsec configuration. Now the entire configuration for encryption and decryption method. This is the method it will be used. So here we have the two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 means ISCAM configuration. Phase 2 means IPsec configuration. Once phase 1 tunnel will be established, then only phase 2 will be established. Otherwise, phase 2 will be not established. Once you originate some ping traffic or some traffic, you originate some original traffic, then only the tunnel will be come up. Otherwise, tunnel will be not come up. So this is all about the IPsec configuration and theory. If you have any queries, ask me. Understood, guys?
Yes, sorry.
Great. So I'll stop the recording.